Hi everyone, Nancy,
And Nicole here.
and we're from the member success team here at WeightCare, and welcome to our first episode of
Behind
Behind
the
the
weight
Weight Loss.
loss. Maybe wondering, what does a member success advocate here actually do here at WeightCare? Nancy?
Basically, we welcome people to their program. We
Mhm.
answer any questions if they may have any. We really just follow them along on their journey and support them as much as we can.
Yeah.
So I think we should probably walk through like what a first call looks like for like our members.
Yeah. What to expect on the welcome calls?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What to expect. So I think one of the things that I look for, obviously, I want to know about their goals so
Mhm.
that we can, obviously support them to get there.
Mhm.
And I think another thing I look for too is like, what do they need the most help with? Like, is it food noise? Is it like,
Mhm.
do they have an event that they like, want to get to that point too? So I think that's probably the biggest things that I look for with the welcome call.
Yeah. I really like our members like kind of leading the conversation. Like I like to ask a lot of questions at the beginning of like, why are they here for
Yeah.
the same reason
Mhm.
they just said? Because some people have already been on the medication.
Yeah.
And they don't need that much guidance from us. Some people are really nervous and don't know what to expect. So, it kind of helps figure out like what they need.
Yeah.
Um, and then, yeah, like ask them any questions
Mhm.
that, like, if they have any questions
Yeah.
for us and just go through it. So, really, like, the member is more so leading the conversation
Yeah.
versus me. But, some people, they're not as chatty.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
That's the thing. I think meeting people where they're at, because like you said,
Mhm.
some people want to have like a long conversation, and some people just want to know that we're here to support them. And obviously, it really depends on like where they're at, and so yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I think when it's a welcome call, first, I think we kind of walk through like what to what to expect in terms of like the medication showing up, because obviously like a lot of our welcome calls is just like they haven't got the medication yet.
Mm.
So I
Mhm.
think maybe walking through like, okay, this is what it's going to look like, this is what you're going to receive, this is the time frame, and obviously like how to read your prescription so that you
Mm.
can accurately like dose and everything, right?
Mhm.
So I think that's one of the first things that I talk to people about.
When they're new and they really don't know anything, I'll bring up more of like, the injections. It's a bit like easy. Make sure you're reading everything. And then I might go through like some of the side effects. Most of the time people do look it up, but like again, you have people who don't know anything at all.
Yeah.
So I do kind of like let them know like, hey, you might experience these things.
Mhm.
Like the regular ones like nausea, constipation,
Yeah.
whatever. Um, no, I also like to really go over like, the first couple months
Mhm.
could be nothing. Like you could feel nothing.
Yeah.
Like it could be anything because everyone is literally so different.
Yeah.
So especially like on semaglutide, like first 3 months, just wait it out because you most likely need a higher dose to
Mhm.
really feel the full effects. It's a very small group of people I have who like are rapid responders and will feel the full effects at the 0.25 dose.
Mhm.
So like I really want people to understand that because I think a lot of people think the first month they'll just drop like 20 pounds or whatever. And like that's not how it works
No.
at all.
Yeah.
So
And that's the thing, and like you hear it a lot of like, oh, I seen this person, or like my
mm,
neighbor's friend lost 50 pounds in their first month, or like this influencer, and it's like everybody's journey is so different.
mhm,
And like I really stress that like these initial doses, like you said, they're mainly meant to like get your body used to the medication,
mhm,
hopefully minimize side effects. So like you said, there is this group of people that are like fast responders, but
mhm.
for the most part, people need to ease into it and,
Yeah.
find the dose that works best for them.
Yeah. With semaglutide, especially, like it's really 3, 4 months in is when most of my members who are on it are like, okay, I'm starting to see like consistent weight loss. I feel the full effects, all of
Mhm.
that. So, it is a bit of a waiting game for, I would say, most of my members.
Yeah.
But once you get there, it's great.
Yeah.
Most people are pretty happy, but So I don't compare yourself to other people online.
Yeah,
It's hard.
it
It's
is.
hard.
It is. And like with the medication too, I think obviously for a lot of people the end goal is weight loss, but like the benefits can start in different ways.
Yeah.
So like your cravings are less. Oh, you used to like snack a lot at midnight. Now like you're noticing changes. So I think it comes in a lot of different ways. Like you can't eat your full meal anymore.
Mhm.
Maybe you aren't seeing weight loss as quick
Mhm.
as you would like it, but I think the changes start for everybody differently
Mhm.
and at different rates. So I think I usually go into the welcome call addressing side effects first because I think one, a lot of people are worried about it,
Mhm.
and two, it is a possibility.
Yeah.
So I always bring it up, but I always say like nausea is the most common side effect,
Mhm.
but a lot of times it can be caused by certain things. So like for example, greasy foods really does it to me.
Mhm.
Really sugary foods like alcohol, energy drinks, like things like
Mhm.
that can maybe intensify it a bit. So I always say, like, if you notice that maybe you are experiencing some side effects, kind of look back and see, okay, what was
Mhm.
my eating like, or, things like that.
Mhm.
So I usually do bring it up.
I also like to bring up, like, just at least for the first shot, like, try to do it on, like, a weekend when
Hmm.
you're not that busy because you don't know how you're gonna react to it, and a lot of people will tell me, like, "Oh, the first day," like, the day after my first shot, I was exhausted, like, I've had a hand it happened to me too, like, I had a handful of people who were like, "Oh, I thought I was getting sick because I was so tired," but the
Hmm.
following day, I was completely fine.
Yeah.
Um, so that's, like, relatively common, so I like to tell people to, like, just do it on a chill weekend, like a chill
Hmm.
1 or 2 days, because you do hit your peak, like, the next day,
Yeah.
so in case you're really tired, you can just, like, nap, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I would do.
that
Well, I
is what
don't
I
know.
did.
Yeah.
I napped, yeah.
Yeah. And I think too, like with the injection day, like I do mine on Wednesdays, making sure that you like get in a lot of protein,
Mhm,
stay hydrated, like eat a less fattier meal like on
mhm,
injection day that also sets you up for, not maybe feeling as many side effects too, right?
mhm.
Um,
A lot of water.
a lot
Drink
of water.
Make sure you're drinking your
Yeah.
water that day.
Stay hydrated.
Just so you know, we're both on tirzepatide with WeightCare. How long have we been on it?
I started in October,
And
October 15th.
yeah,
Mm,
I think sometime in November I
yeah.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still on the 2.5 milligram dose because it's working. I feel good on it.
Yeah.
So I stuck.
I'm at 5 milligrams dose. I've been there for a while
Yeah,
also.
you've been on that dose for a while and
Yeah.
still going good.
Yeah. I feel the full effects on it. I like it.
That's what I mean. If it's working, it's working.
Yeah. No need to increase.
No. Yeah.
So when it comes to dosing, you always have to start out at the lowest dose for each medication. So semaglutide, I think it starts at 0.25
Mhm.
for 2 weeks and then goes up to 0.5 for a month. And then after that, you can get another increase. It always has to start off like that because you have to titrate up slowly. Um, we can't unfortunately start you off at some crazy high dose, even if you were on that dose before in the past, because you can get really negative side effects like all the nausea, constipation, diarrhea, all of those things, but like way more amplified. So if you do want to increase after the first month, like with semaglutide, as we were saying before, like the first couple months, you might not feel the full effects in a month, if you're on the monthly plan, you are eligible for an increase and you can get one. And then again, you see how you feel in the first month, like, or I guess at that point, like second or third month, how you feel. And then again, if you want to increase, you can. But if you get to a place like how me and Nancy are at really low doses, you can stay at that if it's working really well. So if you notice, say on semaglutide, you're at 1 milligram dose, which is what, the third or fourth increase? Fourth
Yeah.
increase. Or third, doesn't matter.
Before.
One of the
Yeah. Yeah.
increases. You notice it works really well. You're having appetite suppression. You're not thinking about food. You're not snacking. and like maybe you're eating less, but you're still able to get your 3 meals in a day, like enough food to like run your body, you could stay on that until you notice it's not quite working the same. So some people, they stay at a low dose for months, sometimes years.
Mm.
I've seen online and some of the members. But if it's not working, then increase it. Because again, you could be good at a dose and it's working, you're losing weight, everything that you want, and then you increase, and then you might get sick. And you don't want that. Like, you still want to eat, of course. You
Mhm.
still want to like live life and all of that. It's there to help you. It's not there to like get rid of your appetite 100%. So what type of members do you really like talking to?
I love all my members, but I think on the call, my favorite part is just like learning like what brought them to us. Because
Mhm.
like for some people, this is the first thing they've tried.
Mhm.
For a lot of people, this is like last resort,
Mhm.
because they've tried everything. So I think getting to know like, okay, like me personally, when I hear, someone say that they have like PCOS, I can really relate to that. And I
Mhm.
think a lot of times having that, common denominator really makes you closer with someone too, because you
Mhm.
can you can understand like what they're going through. So I think for me, it's like learning what brought them there. How can I help?
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Yeah. I do like when members really open up.
Hmm.
It's quite nice, especially like you said, like we don't know what brought them here
Yeah.
initially. And um, I definitely feel for like a lot of the people who come here where they've had a life of trying
Hmm.
everything. Because I get it, like
Yeah.
also been there, know other people who have been there.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting for them like to join us. And I
Hmm.
like hearing that excitement. And also because like we're on it too, like we know that it can really help.
Yeah.
And plus like everyone we talk to, like
Yeah.
who
Literally.
have been with us for a
Yeah.
while, like we
Yeah.
know how well it can work.
Yeah.
So I I like knowing those things and
Hmm.
then like, that excitement for those people of like because most of the time they're very excited to try it.
Some people are like more nervous than
Yeah.
excited, probably, but like so much excitement. And then, like, for a lot of people too, it's like they have an event coming up. So
Mhm.
it's like, oh, me and my family are going on a cruise. And then, like, that's something that we have to look forward to
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
So I think just learning about like their life, and getting to know these people like on a deeper level more than just like, oh, we're following you along if you ever have any like questions or anything. Like you
Mhm.
build real connections with these people.
Mhm.
Like I have people who I'm like, how's your, mother doing? Is she still, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like you have people like sending you pictures of like their new house or,
Mhm.
just so many different things and it's so cool. Like I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. It's cute.
It's really cute.
Yeah. Another piece of advice I try to give most people is that if they're, and we've talked about this, if you're the type of person where you wait for the perfect bite to be your last bite in a meal, you cannot do that anymore because you will not get that bite. You have to eat that bite sooner.
Just at me, Nicole. My gosh. Like
The amount of times my husband had to eat my perfect bite of whatever food, I'm still mad about it. I hate it.
Yeah,
It makes me
I'd be
mad.
beside myself, to be honest.
Yeah.
I really do take your advice with
Yeah.
that because I was also that type of person.
Mhm.
Like, and I still do. I mean,
Yeah.
I take apart my pizza. I try to eat the
Yeah.
toppings are last, but we can't do that.
No.
Save the crust for last.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
can't eat the worst part first anymore.
No, because you may not get to the
Eat the
best
best
part,
part. Yeah,
So don't
eat
do
the best
that.
part first.
Yeah.
It's
I
not so much advice, but I have a lot of people, the next time I talk to them, they will be like, "I am not thinking about food. I used to think about food all the time, like, constantly, and now I have so much more brain
Mhm.
space. I could get so much more done now because I'm not constantly thinking about
Mhm.
food." So which is great.
Love
Been
that.
there, yeah. Like, been there.
Yeah.
Love not thinking
Yeah.
about food
Me too.
or thinking about ice cream. Mm.
Ice cream. um,
But
you know, I
there's no
think
advice for that.
I think too, for some people, it's like, and it kind of, we've talked about this before of like not having the same foods appetize you like they used to.
Mm-hmm.
Or I know one thing for us that I really noticed in the beginning that I was like, oh, dang, like this is crazy. It's like sometimes you get bored
Oh my
eating.
God, yeah.
And it's such a weird feeling because like before that never,
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
happened. Whereas like now I'm eating and I'm like, okay, like why am I trying to like finish this
Yeah.
when
I don't want to do this
I don't want
anymore.
to be here, like
Yeah.
you know? So it's like that's one thing too, like if you're getting bored
Mhm.
eating and like you know you've ate enough to
Mhm.
like fuel your body and it's just like you're eating for the sake of eating, like that's a sign that like this
Yeah.
thing's working, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a weird feeling
is.
the first couple times,
Yeah.
especially like food you really like.
Mhm.
And then you're like, at some point, you're like, I'm bored. I
Yeah.
don't want to do this anymore. I want to do something else.
Yeah. Like, let me go shopping or something.
Yeah. We go back to video games.
Yeah.
Like, let me not finish those,
Yeah.
actually.
I'm done.
Yeah. It's nice, though.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah. You said this earlier of like kind of tracking your food. I think it's really important at the beginning to have an idea. Like you don't have to be crazy and track your food because I know sometimes it can it's not good for everyone, but it is good to have an idea, track it maybe for like a week just in case, especially if you're having any type of side effects like nausea or the sulfur burps, because those might be like connected to something you're eating. And like maybe now with the GLP-1, because everything has been slowed down, like your body not having a great time anymore with it.
Yeah.
So sometimes you might want to like just loosely track what foods you're eating just in case those things happen.
Yeah.
And then you can find a common denominator. Well, that covers everything that we go over on the welcome calls.
I think so too. Thank you guys so much for watching our first ever episode of Behind the Weight Loss. You can find us wherever you stream your podcasts and follow for more.